I do want to talk about your business though for like a minute, but
Okay.
I want to get this is my last question about the housewives.
Okay, that's okay.
When people are here, I like to, as a lawyer, hear it from you directly. There was
Yes.
all this talk about, I know you were on Jeff Lewis, and there was all this talk about like, you split your time between Beverly Hills and Miami. And so you don't even know if you could do the show. And so there's 1,000 things. Lea wasn't asked. She was asked and turned it down. What is the answer? I want to know, like, were you asked to do the
true
show?
answer is that I had several conversations with the casting girl, and I had a couple of conversations with the producer, but I knew after the first conversation with the producers that in my opinion, it was going to be more of the same, and it probably wasn't going to work out for me. That's really the truth.
And you're not upset. So
I mean, if I would have wanted to do it, could I have worked my way into that show one way or the other? Hell yeah. Did they not want me to do it? There are probably some that didn't. But am I disappointed about it? No, because I wasn't even here when they were filming. I was in LA when they were filming. And, there's just so many important things going on in the world that like I work on a lot of things that are important, like elections and, the climate and, things like that. So it would have been a challenge for me to work it in, but I'm wishing them well. Listen, I hope they all get their flowers out of it. God bless, the champagne, all of it.
Do you think like Joanna's statement of like, she's fine too. And like, look, I just said I would never go back to something that was,
She never would. And she meant that 100%. See, I'm the type that you hit me at the right time, I probably say yes. You hit me at the wrong time when I'm overwhelmed and busy and you've got an attitude and I've got too much going on and I don't want to go through all this song and dance and bullshit. The answer is no. You hit me next time and I'm like doing nothing and my kids at school and everything's great and the planet's not burning. And I might say, yeah, but she's a hard no on this show.
So if there's a season 2 of RHOM, Lea, maybe we might see you.
I would never say that I would not do something, but I would also never say that I'm going to beg to do something. If you don't see my value and you don't think I contribute enough and you don't think that I'm grand enough to make your show more fabulous, then que sera. If you see my value, you think I can bump it up a bit and give it some great content and you want to have me on it, I'm open to it. But I'm not one of these hungry, desperate, oh my God, I can't believe you're not going to pick me. Nor am I one of these, oh, absolutely, that's beneath me. I'm just like, I just take it as it comes, and a lot of it is timing. And a lot of it is the energy at the time. The energy was not good on my initial phone call.
With the Bravo producers.
With the producers, yeah, which just wasn't good energy. And the casting agent, my energy with her was fantastic. She was fabulous, so just didn't work out.
With the producers, you're like, wait a second, it's the same thing. It's gonna.
It wasn't that. It's just, it was just so cookie cutting and, just so transactional. And, I'm not that person. I'm a warm and fuzzy and, I love you. And by the way, I love them. I think they're great. I hope that they have 20 seasons. I hope all the girls get everything they want out of it. I'm never one to not root for you. There's plenty for everybody. Them having 10 seasons without me is not going to affect my life. It's just not. It's not going to bring me down, hurt me in any form or fashion. So why would I not wish them all well?
That makes a lot of sense.
I mean, why would I not?
That makes sense. And would you ever join Beverly Hills? I mean, you spent half your time
that's
there.
A question. Let's put it into context. They would never ask me. So let's start there because they have a million starlets that are far bigger names and fabulousness than me. So they would never ask me. If they asked me and I was there during the time that they were filming, then I probably would because I have relationships with some of the girls and I like the show and it'd be a fresh kind of a start, but it's just never going to ask me. Imagine you're in Beverly Hills and you've got every fucking starlet in the world wanting to be on your show. Why are you going to go get this has-been from Miami and put her on there? It's just it's not going to happen. And I don't have it's never occurred to me that it would ever happen. But you asked me a question, the honest answer is if I was there, living there during the time they were filming, and I had the time to do it, and they wanted me to do it, of course, I would consider doing it because I do love that show. I love the lifestyle. I love the glamour. I like the girls. I like Beverly Hills. I mean, I love all of that. So, it's a fit for me, but I'm not a fit for it.
because in
Yeah.
my head it's happened, Leah. In my fantasy world,
Well, you
it
will
has
it into
happened.
existence then, and you can come on as my sidekick.
Well, now I'm going to actually will it into existence. I will go to Beverly Hills tomorrow, but
Yeah.
you are busy running the Lea Black beauty conglomerates
Right.
that people don't realize that, yes, before your husband, you started in the 80s.
Right.
So what's new in the world of Lea Black beauty today?
Well, I did start in the 80s and I was very successful. I had the #3 infomercial in the world for years. I did HSN. I've done it all. I've done retail, I've done home shop, I've done all of it. And so basically over the last 5 years, I launched a CBD line, and I pioneered that with a friend of mine who has had several $100 million businesses that he's sold over the years. And so I was the first company to really come through with a CBD skincare line. And that's taken us to the next level. So now it's online at leablack.com. And the testimonials, if you go to my Instagram and you read the testimonials, the prices are a third of what they'd be in the department store, and the results are 3 times as well. So the customers stick. I never lose a customer. I never have lost a customer. I still have customers from Prague and Indonesia and Montreal. I don't lose them.
I have read the testimonials. People swear by this.
They do. And it really, really works. Yeah. And my mask, see, the big launch was my initial non-surgical facelift kit, which was called Sudden Youth. And that, if you put it on half your face, it lifts, tones, firms, and irons out the lines. That was the one I had the infomercial on. We sold hundreds of thousands of those. So what happened is, that was my big get. And then the customers stuck with me for that, because they would go to their class reunion and they'd say, my God, you've had surgery. And they say, no, I'm just using this facelift kit, which is true. And so then we did great for years. We sustained our business. But then when I launched the CBD line, I mean, I don't know, there's something about that CBD. It just, it makes your cells do the work. So the results are better and longer lasting.
Wow. Well, if I were you, I would take all the marketing for the business and just throw it out the window, because all they have to do is look at you. You are 65 years young.
Yeah, I'm 90 looking 25.
And I'm not outing you with your age, because you've been very vocal in the past of like, you don't know why people are so, afraid of talking about their age. I mean,
I think age comes wisdom, and I think wisdom is more important. Like they say, age before beauty. I'd rather be older and wiser than younger and prettier.
Well, everyone,
I think beauty is from within. I bought a book one time. It was called Beauty from Within or something like that. And it was about how to apply your skincare and how to take care of your skin. I sold hundreds of thousands of copies to my customers. And I believe it. I believe every line on your face came from some angst in your heart. I believe your beauty is from within.